In the world of asset recovery, third-party liability is a big place that's often overlooked that might have some value. This is Dave at AFX Search, licensed investigators. Case we were looking at this week where there was a takeover of a company. The takeover failed. There was a lot of expense involved. Both parties, the company that was doing the acquisition and the company that was purchased or being purchased, had a lot of losses based on that failed takeover. And it turns out that the reason that the takeover failed was because of a financial advisor gave some bad information to both parties. And as the parties were looking at trying to recover some of the assets, it turns out this financial advisor had a similar situation happen a few years ago, and there was some liability. So they looked at that third-party liability to recover some of their losses for this failed takeover. And there was a liability insurance policy in place, an E&O policy for that financial advisor, that both parties were able to recover some of their losses from this takeover attempt. And come to find out, both companies still wanted to do this deal, but they couldn't because they had used up all their money for the transactional costs, and they didn't have any more money to keep going forward. Once they recovered the losses from this financial advisor's insurance firm, they were able to finish that deal and end up both with excellent results. So it wasn't even just about the money that they lost. That third-party liability turned into a closed deal, a really successful takeover and merger between the companies that presumably will affect hundreds of employees and a lot of revenue for both firms. So when you're looking at cause and effect of loss, or even a place to go for asset recovery, don't overlook third parties, financial advisors, attorneys, accountants, bookkeepers that may be part of enabling that loss to happen. A lot of cases when there's a Ponzi scheme, there's a bookkeeper that is enabling these financial statements to be created that are fraudulent, or maybe there was an attorney that gave a bad legal opinion about the deal to begin with. Look at third-party liability. In many cases, that's the key between recovering a lot of the assets versus basically getting pennies on the dollar. If you have more questions about asset recovery or any other investigations, you can reach us at our website at afxsearch.com.